necessarily say that's a weakness of our starting pitching. I would probably say it's a strength of our bullpen. So, I think that when you have a strong bullpen, you have to use it. And certainly we're going to do that again this year.
How's Wes Ray developing as a hitter?
Yeah, I think Wes is in the best physical condition of his career. I think Wes is, I say this a lot, but I don't want it to seem like cliche. He's like having a coach on the field. He sees the game differently than most kids his age. And he is a great defender. He really learned how to negotiate at bats. His plan has just gotten better and better. I think if he stays healthy and he's worked really hard to stay healthy, I think he can have a great year for us.
Is he the go-to masher in the lineup to replace Hunter this year?
Yeah, I don't think, every single game, your opponent doesn't dictate, the game itself dictates who's going to be that guy. It can be your 9-hole guy in the third inning where the game can be, running on second, third with nobody out. That's where the game is. It's got to be one right there. So certainly I think Wes can be one of those guys. He will be a force in the middle, and he's a guy who has tremendous power, so you have to be careful with the way you pitch him. But I think he has a chance to be one of a collection of guys who that can hurt you if you make mistakes.
John, obviously in football, some people say you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have a quarterback. What would you say to someone who says if you have 4 catchers, you make one first-round draft pick, but you don't have one? What would you say to someone who says maybe you don't have one, but you have 4?
Well, I think with the first phase of our season being the non-conference part, we get to find some things out. They're just things that happen in real games that no matter how much you prepare, that just don't happen in inter-squad games and in practice. So those are the things we have to find out. And I don't think that by any means we're afraid to make a decision, but we just don't have to. Get this opportunity to evaluate those guys this weekend. So that's really exciting. And another reason, it forces our coaching staff to play different guys when you play 4 games. You can't expect a catcher to catch in 4 games in 1 weekend, with the depth that we have at that position.
I know a lot of people will look at Jake Vickerson and say, well, that's Nick's younger brother. What similarities and differences do you see in those 2 kids? Is Jake just kind of a different kind of kid than Nick, or are there similarities in how you recruited both of them and the kind of player they are?
Man, it's that is a great question. I haven't had a chance to address that as much. Those guys they're polar opposites. The Vickerson brothers. I mean, they're both great kids. I love them both to death, but they're so different. Their energy is a little bit different. The way they approach their teammates is a little bit different. But Jake Vickerson's a great baseball player. I think Nick had incredible tools, and he had to learn how to become a great baseball player. I think Jacob is a little further advanced in terms of being a baseball player, but Nick's skills his tools were undeniable. I don't know if I ever coached a player with better arm strength. I don't know. He had a knack for stealing bases. So does Jake, and I think he's going to have a really solid professional career. But Jake is more of this guy's going to see more pitches. He's going to have advanced pitch count at bats. Nick was a little bit more of an early action guy, and some of his early action helped us win regional games. It hit maybe one of the biggest home runs in postseason history in the history of our program. So, it's neat to see those guys because it's kind of amazing how you can see 2 kids who are brothers just have completely different personalities.
You mentioned using a lot of players being forced to the 4 games. Is that you see it as an opportunity to test some combinations like your 2 middle infield and the corner outfielders that you've been alternating during the scrimmage games?
Yeah, we're going to play a lot of different folks there, and I think again it's not because we're wavering on the decision. It's because you want your players to force you into that. You want your players to work so hard and perform so well that you got to make different decisions. So certainly, I think our outfield is as competitive as any outfield in the country. When you look at the speed out there and the arm strength and the offensive capabilities of all the species outfielders is pretty remarkable. I don't know if I've ever coached a collection of outfielders who are skilled as this group, but you're only going to put 3 guys out there, and you're going to have kids who, and I really believe we have these kids, they're team first guys who understand that we have a tremendous amount of talent in our